What's up? I quit my job day 2. Oh man, it's been a doozy. Do I regret it? No, I don't. But so yesterday I drove to New Mexico. I had it in my head that I was going to drive all the way to California, and then I got to New Mexico and I was like, I have some unfinished business. So I came back to Wichita. I got a hotel room and then I drove back, and it's been, I will say, a pretty spiritual experience. I have went through every emotion you can possibly imagine, to bawling my eyes out in a hotel room, in a parking lot, on the side of the road, from the most extreme, like, elation and joy, just like, oh my God, I'm free. And then everything else in between, just playing music and laughing. I drove past, I don't know if you ever watched the YouTube videos. If you're not vegan and you haven't seen the cow and pig YouTube videos, you will be vegan after you watch those. Anyway, and I was vegan for a long time, and really, I didn't even mean to make this about being vegan, but it is what it is. And so, but I was vegan like a few years ago, but I only did it to be skinny. I really wasn't doing it for the reasons that I am now. I was doing it because and I was also having some health problems. So the reasons I'm doing it for now are different. I'm more like on a spiritual level, and like I'm trying to be respectful of all life because we're all connected, and I want to eat life, not death. And you know, if energy can't be created or destroyed and they kill an animal, where's that energy? You're eating fear. That's probably why we're all getting so sick. Anyway, so I've just been thinking about that more. Anyway, those YouTube videos, there's some YouTube videos where like people like snuck into farms and made like they recorded the cows and the pigs, and it's so sad. It'll freak you out. Just warning, trigger warning, big time. I don't even care if you don't care about animals at all. This will do something to your core. Well, anyway, I haven't watched those in a really long time, but when I did used to watch them, they always seemed like they were somewhere off in the middle of nowhere. Well, when I was on my way to California, aka New Mexico, I was like somewhere in like West Kansas, and I don't know what town, and I drove past this farm right off of Highway 54, right on the road. It wasn't even like back. It was just literally like maybe 10 feet away from the highway. Hundreds of cows piled on each other. It's 100 degrees. They're laying on each other. They're shitting on each other in dirt, no grass. I started bawling my eyes out and I couldn't stop. I was like hyperventilating it. And then like all around it was billboard for burger, McDonald's, Sonic. And I was like, and it was crazy because right before I felt like that, I felt this horrible feeling. Like I just had this dark, evil, icky feeling inside of me. A feeling of fear. Actually, it was a feeling of fear. And then I saw that and it hit me. It hit me hard. And I was like, okay, I'm probably going to stay vegan. After seeing that still goes on, because I told myself, even when I quit being vegan, I didn't really even like meat that much, but I'm not going to lie, I like cheese. That's where I struggled. Cheese is my weakness. Anyway, but I told myself, well, that doesn't really happen. Those were just extreme cases. But no, I just saw it right there off of the highway. Saw it yesterday evening. So it definitely does still happen. And I don't want to eat death. I want to eat life. So I want to be alive. I feel alive. So I will say this. So this is day 2 if I quit my job. I told my managers on Friday that they could expect a letter of resignation, but I'm not even sure if I'm going to do that. I have a few days of vacation. I'm not sure if I want to, I just don't really see myself going in there on Monday. I really don't. We'll see. I'm going to keep meditating on it. I have some really big meetings tomorrow and Monday, and I've been working on my own company, and I've played my cards very nicely. I've been reading Think and Grow Rich, listening to Think and Grow Rich, reading Think and Grow Rich, and meditating every day, and I've been very careful so that I don't do anything wrong or illegal, so that there's no conflict of interest or anything like that, so I can go forward with my own company free and clear. And everybody, it's a win-win for everybody. So I'm pretty excited about that. But at the same time, it's so scary because it's like, holy crap. It's it's here. It's here. And I kind of knew last week that it was. So that's why I quit drinking and quit smoking, and I've been on this major health kick because I think it was like Ricky Smiley popped up in my feed for some reason, but he was saying I haven't watched him in years or listened to him. I haven't watched him since BET. He's like 100 now. Sorry, Ricky Smiley, but you did get hella old. I haven't seen you since BET days, since comedy. What was it? Comedy Central? Not Comedy Central. What was the name of that damn show? I don't remember. It's been a while since I've had cable. But anyway, y'all know what show I'm talking about. It might come to me. Who cares? So anyway, yeah, so he was saying that my dogs are barking. I wonder if there's somebody at my door. Well, I'm not going to pause this because I don't want to edit the video. Shh. So they do that all the time. There's nobody there. They just shh. They just go ape shit. So sorry about that. So anyway, we just came back from a long ass walk too, but oh yeah, I'm still wearing the same shirt that I had on yesterday too. So I have not had a shower. I've been home for like an hour. I meditated and walked the dogs, maybe 2 hours. But anyway, so Ricky Smiley was saying that you're asking, he said God, but the universe, God, whatever, same thing. You're asking for more, but you're not taking care of what you've got. And that really hit home with me because I haven't had my apartment super clean. I haven't cleaned my car since my last breakup, which was last summer. I have not cleaned out my car. And so I've been cleaning up around here, and tomorrow I'm going to work on my car and just really be appreciative and grateful of the things that I have, because if I can't take care of what I've got, then why would I ask for more? But to be honest, I'm not after material stuff. I'm looking for freedom. Straight up, I want freedom. I want to live on the beach and be free. That's what I'm looking for, and I need money to do that. So hence my own business. I don't need a boss to tell me that, I can't do this or I can't do that and blah blah. I don't really want an owner anymore. I didn't really like that a lot. I have a lot of owners right now. It's not really been working out for me. If I have a really nice apartment and a really nice car, and I have a good job with good benefits and good insurance and all that good shit. If it's so good, why am I crying and suicidal when my alarm goes off in the morning? It's not good because I'm not free. And as I've been learning with the law of attraction, I am free now. But as I've been learning with the law of attraction, if you're not creating your own world, you're creating somebody else's. And I've been real busy creating somebody else's dream. And it's time to start working on mine. I've kind of been working on it in the background, but it's ready to take that big leap. It's here. The meetings are here that I officially cannot be an employee where I'm at to continue going forward in the manner that I want to go forward. So that's got to happen. And if anybody's thinking about quitting their job, I'm going to tell you, like I said, I have went through so it's also been, I have not drank. Today's Saturday. The last time I drank was last Saturday. And that might not seem like a big deal, but I was drinking beer every single day that I got off of work. Every single day. And I would say, oh, I'm not an alcoholic. And that's really easy to say when you're drinking a couple of beers. And I'm still not saying I was an alcoholic. I probably was. Who cares? It's over now. But when you realize you have a drinking problem when it's 7:00 at night on the first day that you haven't drank, and you're like, oh fuck, this is going to be a long night. Because it was just a habit, like get off work, walk my dogs, and go to a bar or drink beer at home. And sometimes have a cigarette with that, and sometimes other stuff too. And it just became such a habit, and it was routine. It was numbing, the fact that I got to go pull myself out of bed and do this again tomorrow. This job that I went to college, got an engineering degree, and I was going to change the world with all this cool technology, and I don't do shit but push a button. Literally days go by that I don't talk to anybody at work. I work with zombies, and I'm sitting there becoming a zombie. I'm like, no. And I think it's a little bit harder for me. I think the college programming didn't take as well on me as maybe it would on other people, because I have tasted freedom before. The whole Lega-C thing, I wasn't really proud of some of the things that I was doing, but I was free. And that's a whole other conversation for another day. But because I had been free and I had my own business before for so long, the majority of my adult life, I had my own business. I've only been working for the man for about 3 years, and it's killing me. It is killing me. And I honestly, and so anyway, and now what's been coming to the forefront is like, all right, why haven't you manifested it? If you're watching this video, you probably followed the law of attraction, or you follow Lega-C. And if you just now are seeing this video and you're a fan of mine from back in the day, heads up, I had a spiritual awakening. If you are watching this video because you follow me or you follow the law of attraction, then you'll get what I'm saying right here. And a lot of my Lega-C fans, I'm sure you would know what we're talking about as well. So I was wondering why my manifestation hadn't came. So I started a manifestation with I wanted to do this certain thing at work. I was going to create a group that we would work on at my job. And bam, I did that in 30 days. Bam. Then I had an owner and they were ruining it. They were messing it up because they weren't doing it right. They were trying to, well, first you got to do this and then we'll do this. And you know how corporations are. And then they just put their dumb money on it and they mess it up. It's like, no, that wasn't how it was supposed to go. We're ruining it. Never mind. I don't even want to do it anymore. I don't even want to do it here anymore. I want my own company. All right. So this company that I want, it's big. It's $1 billion company. The vision is so huge, you guys. It's not flying cars. # not flying cars. It's air taxis, and I don't want to have my own, but I want to, I will connect people and promote it and all that stuff. So I'm like the connector. Like I'm I guess sort of like, not necessarily a broker, but sort of like a finder, like find investors for companies and connect investors and companies and connect manufacturers to designers. And I have a huge web in my mind of how this will work. Anyway, and I've built a foundation. The people are there. I have the connections, but I was stuck. And I'm like, I've been stuck like where I'm at for about 3 or 4, really actually since like April, since April, and it's July. So everything was happening, bam, bam, bam. And then I got stuck right here. I even have like a name for my company and everything. And I was like so afraid and then overthinking stuff. I'm like, it seems too hard. I don't know how to do this, da-da-da-da. And I wasn't doing any of that before, but all of a sudden I was. And I was like, okay, why? So I started researching like what's blocking my manifestation. And number one, it was like, what are you doing with most of your free time? I was drinking with most of my free time. I was still thinking about it, and talking about it, and working on stuff, but I was still drinking also and having to pull myself to go to work the next day. Okay, then also, I was saying, well, why did it happen so fast when I wanted to create the group at work? He's asking for permission to come on the couch. Should I let him? I think so. Come on. Oh, I love this boy so much. Look at my daughter. So anyway, I'll let you guys see that. That's probably a better view. The lighting's not as good though. So anyway, I was I know I'm going to I have some good equipment, like not a good camera. That's just better lighting. Sorry. I have I'm going to set up some good equipment, and the video quality hopefully eventually will go up, but it is what it is right now. I want to be real. I also want to document this entire process because, you see like, and I'll get back to the company and why I haven't manifested. I jump all over. You'll learn that about me. But, like you'll see like spiritual people on YouTube and they tell you like, I used to be on drugs. I used to smoke weed. And then I woke up and I did all this stuff and da-da-da. And I'm like, I can't believe that. You seem like you have it all figured out. So I kind of wanted to document. You can definitely, if you're my channel, you definitely can go back and look at the Lega-C stuff and see, so you can just listen to my music and see where I was at. And then I've been MIA because I've been working in this damn job, and really haven't had anything positive to talk about except, I don't want to go to work again tomorrow. Let's get drunk. That was pretty much it. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that feeling. So, anyway, I wanted to document this whole thing though, from like the day that I decided not to drink to, the whole process, because I am creating my company. It's already created. It has already been written, but, I want to document the process. That way everybody can see, if I can do it, you can do it. Anybody can do it. And I don't have a lot to start with. I'm going to be straight up honest. I'm sitting here with probably about 50 grand and some debt, which isn't a whole lot to take a leap of faith, but it's something, and I am very blessed and grateful to have that. I'm very blessed and grateful to have that. And that's not counting like some savings. So I'm probably telling you too much, but I'll just say that I'm in a better position to do this now than I have ever been in since I've had the idea and since I became an engineer. So anyway, I wanted to document the whole process. So, and if you want to know how I got the 50 grand, it's because I had, well, that's none of your business, to be quite honest, but I have savings. We'll just say that. Yeah. So, I want to help you all, but I also don't want to give all of my secrets away just yet. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Just because certain people don't need to know all that. So anyway, right now, I'm going to be so real. Right now, I'm having this feeling. I feel like I'm all naked and afraid. That's what these YouTube videos are. They're naked and afraid for spiritual awakening. Because one thing with doing this unedited YouTube thing, you are raw and you mess up and you show your vulnerableness. Is that a word? Vulnerability. You show your vulnerabilities. And right now, I feel like I wish I'm going to edit this video, but I'm not going to edit it. I'm not going to. You'll see me being vulnerable. I make mistakes, and yes, that was a little side of me that made me feel some type of way. Anyway, so I wanted to document the process, but I was wondering around like May, June-ish, I was like, why am I so stuck, and why is it so hard for me to manifest my business? Why did I make the other stuff happen so fast, and why am I stuck? And then I realized, after doing some research, studying manifestation, meditation, and looking within, I realized this is a way bigger manifestation. It takes more energy. So one thing to remember is the bigger your manifestation is. So if you're manifesting, you're wanting to manifest like a puppy or a salad. Well, then you really just need a few dollars to go buy that. You don't need that much. And you can go like cut a lawn. You can borrow if you're broke and don't have shit, you can probably borrow a lawnmower from somebody and cut somebody's grass and get you $10-20, and you can get a puppy for free, probably get their shots for $20, and bam. You want a salad or sandwich or whatever, you want some food, you can do something. Hell, you can go beg for some change and get either one of those things. But if you want something that's going to change the world, which is something that I want something that's going to change transportation for the rest of eternity. It's going to change the world. It's going to reduce emissions. It's going to allow us to travel, get to our loved ones faster. It's going to do it. It's giving me goosebumps just thinking about it. You feel that energy? Oh, shit. You feel that? It's close. So to do that, it requires more energy. And to get more energy, it requires more focus. To get more focus, it requires more practice. To get more practice, it requires more time. Hence, stop wasting time. Stop wasting time drinking, partying, talking about what you're gonna do, and go fucking do it. Yeah, I said fucking. So, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is day 2. I've cried and laughed probably 10 times. One thing that was really hard that I didn't really think all the way through is that I was like, oh, because I wanted to go into the wilderness and become like very spiritual for a couple of days and then come back. Well, I took my dogs, and this is why I stopped in New Mexico. So we get to New Mexico because I drove for like 7 hours straight from Wichita to some town. I don't remember the name. It started with a T, in the mountains. It was really pretty. It was a tiny town. I stayed at a La Quinta Inn. No, I'm sorry, a Best Western. I stayed at the Best Western. Reminded me of my grandma when we were little. We would have this game when we were driving on road trips, and we would have to, every time we saw a Best Western sign, we would get a point. I don't know why. It was something to keep us busy. I think I was the only one playing it. My sisters were in the back wrestling. I was probably being weird in the front, counting signs, studying every billboard to a T. My grandma probably just gave me something to do because I was being a weird kid. That's probably what happened. Anyway, so because I remember counting several, like at least 20 or 30. Anyway, so the reason I stopped there to get gas, and the dogs needed a walk. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go on this nice, beautiful walk in the mountains. We didn't get about 10 feet, and Tate he starts limping. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with him? I look at his foot, and he has like this, I can't do it because I'm holding the phone, but he has like a 10-inch cactus thing stuck in his foot. And I'm like, okay, I'm born in Michigan, raised in Oklahoma, currently temporarily live in Kansas, soon to live on the beach. And I'm not used to cacti. And I'm like, oh my God, he's limping. And so I look down, and he has like a million little needles stuck in every little, and I'm like trying to pull them out, and then they're getting stuck in my fingers, so I can't touch them. So I had to luckily I have these nails. I was like having to use my nails as like tweezers, and he's getting all skittish, being a little baby. He finally, after I got one out though, then he was like, okay, that feels better. He let me get more out. So I was like, oh, close call. Okay, so then we walk like a few more feet. He steps on another one. We're even on the sidewalk too. We're not even walking in the like terrain or whatever. We're on a paved area. He gets another one in his foot, and then my other dog's like just standing there and doesn't want to walk. And it was kind of weird because before we went, I had this like meditation like with my dogs, and then I kind of was like, okay, you guys will be my spirit guides or whatever, and I wanted to kind of go off of their energy, and like if they were happy, then I don't know why I sort of told myself like if they were happy, then I was gonna go with it, go all the way, and I wasn't gonna come back either. I was like, fuck it, I'll pay somebody to come clean out my apartment or get my shit. I don't know what I thought I was gonna do. I was just like going with it because if this is what the universe wanted me to do, then I was gonna do it. But I didn't really know. You know when you feel like you need to do something, but you don't know what you're supposed to do? So and you have all this energy, and honestly, normally that would probably be a time when I would start drinking. And so instead of drinking, I just got in my car and drove. And so I'm so proud of myself too, because there was a bar and a gas station right next to the hotel room, and I was really tempted to buy some alcohol and some cigarettes, but I didn't. And I just stayed there. But anyway, so how I ended up getting the hotel room is that I looked at my dogs, and they were just like dusted and disgusted. They were not enjoying it. There was no way we were going to make it another 13 hours to go to California. I'll just say this. We definitely could have made it, but there was nothing spiritual was happening. I didn't get to meditate once. On the whole trip, I didn't meditate once. I just got back. I meditated for like an hour when I got back because I was having withdrawals, like mega withdrawals, because the dogs were acting like they were on crack. They were being so amped up. They were tweaking. And so I was like, okay, I'll get it. And I was too tired to drive all the way. I knew I had to rest because the sun was about to go down. I don't like driving at night. So I was like, okay, I'll get a good night's sleep, and then I'll have a good walk in the mountains, or I'll meditate in the morning. I'll do something spiritual in nature in the morning, and then I'll see how I feel and what I want to do. Nope, they were even worse in the morning. They didn't sleep the whole night through. There was another dog in the room. They were barking all night, so we didn't hardly get any sleep. I did sleep for a few hours, but I don't think they did once. They were just prancing back and forth, and that's not like them. Like, they chill. That was after a long walk. They were prancing and doing all that stuff. So, yeah, I'm like, it just did not feel right. And I was like, you know what? I'm going with and then I also was feeling like I have unfinished business, because then I started thinking about, all right, there's actually some things that I need to take care of at work. Not really at work, but with some people and some things in Wichita that will actually benefit my business going forward and actually are necessary for my business going forward. I can't just disappear. I do have a job. I need to have some closure. I can't just, even though it's tempting to never look back, I think that might be a little bit irresponsible, although it was very tempting. But, and then I kind of got in my head on the way back. I felt like a major failure. Like, I didn't make it all the way to California. The law of attraction's not working. I was bawling my eyes out, y'all. Bawling. My daughter called me. I bawled my eyes out to her. I was even kind of mean to her. I felt so bad. And she was like, Mom, we don't have the answers. You don't have the answers either, but we believe in you and you'll make it. The words that she said, it was godly. It was exactly what I needed to hear. And then right after that, I talked to my sister, and she was like, I believe in you, Danielle. This is what we're going to do. And they both, the two of them, this is why they're part of the company with me, because they're my rocks. Oh my gosh, they're everything. Our energies together, like, they ground me. And honestly, it maybe, and then I realized, like, you know what was so powerful? What I did is I fought through my lowest moment of wanting to drink. So now I'm strong and I don't feel like I need to drink today. And if that's what it took, was me driving to New Mexico, to be quite honest, I didn't spend as much money as I would have spent if I would have went out to a bar. Because when I go out to bars, I spend like $200-$300 going, eating this, ordering this, then get drunk, buy people shots. I only spent maybe a couple $100. And if it took a couple $100 for me to save my life, worth every penny. Yeah, I went through some shit. But I made it, and I made it back. And you know what? It's still Saturday. I still have a whole other day of the weekend left to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. And I've been meditating today. I've been down by the river today. You guys know how I love the river. Not in the Chris Farley way, though. I'm not going to be in a van down by the river. I might be walking my dogs down by the river, but I got a loft down by the river. That's better. And I'm very grateful for this loft. And I'm just, I'm stuttering. I'll get excited, but I'm excited because I know that I'm on the brink of something really, really huge, and I'm thankful that I have my daughter and my sister as my team. Our team is so strong, and we're all just getting so strong and focused, and I'm just so grateful for that. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I know you guys are probably like, holy crap, you went on a trip on day one and then you ghosted us. So it's been hard, and if any of you guys are quitting drinking or thinking about quitting your job, I'll say this much. I'm also doing the 7-day vegan challenge, and it's crazy because some people say don't do too much at once, but sort of in a way, it's been good because right at the moment that I crave alcohol, I'm like, oh, I'm going to go eat something. Then I'm like, I'm not eating meat. But then I start thinking about why I'm not eating meat. And then it reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing. And so, yeah, it is a lot, but it sort of makes the vegan thing sort of makes the alcohol and the cigarette thing easier. It makes you a little bit more focused because the vegan thing is like, you're actually I'm just making myself eat a lot of vegetables and mostly fruit. I haven't really eaten that much vegetables because it was hard being on a road trip and being vegan, let me tell you. But I was proud of the gas stations I went to. They all had fruit. It was like 2 containers for $2 for $5. So I had some grapes and some tangerines and some sunflower seeds. And I'm actually doing good on the vegan part. But yeah, so anyway, if you're thinking about quitting drinking or quitting your job, I would recommend doing the 7-day vegan challenge and meditating about those things while you're doing the vegan challenge. Because the reason the vegan thing, and not just being vegan, I don't say don't just do like tofu and stuff like that. Eat things that are alive, because you can Google this. Water has a memory. Water stores data. It is a crazy, crazy experiment. You can watch it on YouTube. I'll put a link to it. Water has a memory. Water memorizes DNA, and it's the same water that's been here forever. So you want your water to be healthy. And then also, if fruit is mostly water and our bodies are mostly water, why would you want to eat, and animals are mostly water, why would you want to eat animals that have been murdered, that are afraid, and they have died? Wouldn't you want to eat something that's bright and has the sunshine and it's alive? Yes, I will consume that. Yes. And that's going to raise your vibration. And I used to think people were insane. I didn't know what they were talking about. What do you mean, raise my vibration? I did not. I thought that was weird. Just, they're on that weird hippie shit. I did not believe in it until I did it. 2nd day of vegan, ooh, ringing in my ears. What the hell is that about? Ringing in my ears. At first I thought it was the light, and I was like walking around and it kept happening. It hasn't happened to me in a couple of days, but I suspect it'll start happening again, especially after this weekend. I've been seeing the ones and the zeros. That's another thing that I thought people were just full of shit on. Synchronicity has gotten stronger. Oh, another thing that was weird is the whole way to New Mexico, I didn't feel connected. I was not seeing synchronicity. When I came back, I started seeing like ones and zeros and, excuse me, I keep having hiccups and burps. I don't know what that's about. That's been happening since I haven't been drinking too. But I've always heard people say that if you're not seeing synchronicity, then you're not in line with what you should be doing. And I guess I wasn't in line because I was not feeling connected. And then when I started coming back, it was like every mile was just happened to be the 100-mile mark, the 111th mile marker. Oh, and I found out that my life path is an 11. And that's another sign is that you start seeing a lot of ones and zeros, 11s or 11. And I have never even seen that. And then all of a sudden I started seeing tons of 11s and zeros or tons of ones and zeros. So that made me feel better that I was on my life path. But if you guys are thinking about quitting drinking, I'm 42 years old, and I'm going to tell you, I've struggled with drinking since I was probably 18. Since I was 18, 19, about 19, probably more 19. I've struggled with drinking, and my grandpa died from my dad's mom. He died from being an alcoholic. He destroyed his kidneys, and it's definitely an issue in my family. And we don't talk about it. We all just drink like, oh yeah, we're having fun. No, we're not alcoholics. But I mean, I would say nobody's like lost their job, knock on wood. Nobody's really lost their job or anything from it that I know of, but we're like functioning alcoholics, you know what I mean? But it's definitely gotten in the way of me making some big moves. It's gotten in the way of me making some big moves. And the reason why I know that I need to quit drinking is because that's the only thing in the way. That's the only thing that I'm wasting my free time on. That's it. And I know this is a big dream. I'm not saying I'm never going to drink again or I'm going to be all pure. I just don't need to be drinking 7 days a week with all of my free time. I don't judge you. If you drink, drink. I don't judge you. I'm not judging. I'm not on a moral high ground. Like I said, it was only simply to find what was I wasting my time and, more importantly, my money on. Guys, I was spending like more than $50 a day on alcohol. Like, if I just quit drinking alone, I will have so much more money. Like, think and grow rich. Think and don't waste your money. Like, seriously. But it's like easier said than done, right? You think you can do it, and then you're off work a half hour. You're like, and maybe that was, so I do that sometimes, but also it's that, or I'm like, oh, there's nothing to do, I'm bored. And then friends are like, hey, do you want to come to trivia night? Do you want to do this? Whatever. It's like, all right, yeah, fuck it. And it's so easy to say, yeah, fuck it, and go hang out with friends and goof off. It's so easy to go goof off. And then like, okay, well, who cares? It's Wednesday. I only got to be tired for another day at work. So who cares? You know, I'm just going to go. My uncle's guitar. And I miss my uncle, even though I never really knew him, but I feel like I knew his spirit. He worked at NASA, synchronicity. So, anyway, yeah, but what was I saying? This video, I'm totally rambling, but, this is so good for me to get this out and be vulnerable. But if you're thinking about drinking, if you're thinking about quitting drinking or quitting your job, I get it. It's hard. You can do it though. You can do it. The power is within you. The power is within you. If you want to know some people that I watch and I've been listening to help get me to this point, it's been Ralph Smart, I would say #1 favorite YouTuber right now. Ralph Smart, and I'm going to say their first names. I'll say Ralph, Aaron. If you just put spiritual and type any of these names in, you'll find their channels. Ralph, Aaron, I'll link them to. Ralph, Aaron, Victor, Leor, Trinis, he's my newest favorite. Let's see. I would say those are probably my top ones. There's another girl that does like, she has blonde hair. I can't remember her name. I just found her a few days ago. I'm sorry, girl. I'll have to find your name. I can't think of her name. And there's also another girl that I think she might be mixed, biracial, whatever's politically correct. And I can't remember her name either, but she talks about Maya a lot.
she gets deep. I'm not on either one of those two girls that I said at the end. I'm not on either one of their levels. They get so deep. So I used to think that about Ralph. I used to try to watch Ralph's videos, and I would be like, what in the world is he talking about? Aaron, too. I would be so, like, they are on some other shit. But I actually can follow their videos now, except some of the stuff, some of the topics. I'm like, okay, yeah, I haven't learned that yet. The Hono, whatever. I don't know what that stuff is. There's some other stuff I haven't learned yet. I'm just baby steps. My eyes like awake. It's open, but the information is like a fire hose. It comes fast when you open your third eye. And it can be very overwhelming. Very overwhelming. Lots and lots of feelings. Oh man, lots and lots of feelings. Feelings that I was numbing with alcohol. And I've listened to it, and I'm so grateful for these people that I named, and you all too. I'm so grateful that people are waking up and telling their stories on YouTube, because I would think I was mentally insane if I was experiencing what I'm experiencing and not hearing other people's stories. So that's kind of why I want to tell it, because if you're feeling like you start meditating and like, oh, now I just want to quit my job. Now I want to meditate all day long. Literally, that's how I get. I'm like, at my break, I'm like literally on breaks, like with both my hands outside. People can see me out the windows. I don't give a fuck. I know they think I'm crazy. I don't give a fuck. I know I don't belong here. And it's like, okay, when you get to that point, it's like, yeah, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. But I'm just so grateful that people are telling their stories. You guys, we are so lucky. And if you're struggling with an addiction, and I'm still not perfect, I'll be honest with you guys, I still take Xanax to sleep. I take a half of a milligram. I take a half a milligram at night to sleep. And I got down to a quarter of a milligram, and then I started drinking again, and I started taking it again. But I'm going to start tapering back down. So I'll let you guys know how that goes as I start doing it. I'm not sure if I'll start the taper tonight. I don't think I'm going to start it tonight. Honestly, I have a lot going on. I'm quitting drinking, quitting meat, and quitting my job. So I think I'm going to wait till the job thing kind of settles down. But I used to take like 3 Xanax bars a day. So if you're struggling with that, I get it. I get you. It's a hard one. That's for sure been the hardest one to get rid of. That has for sure been the hardest addiction to get rid of, for sure. Xanax is hard. But I only take it when I go to bed, and that's it. If I get anxiety, I meditate or whatever. In fact, I do my night meditations before I take it, because I want to be present. I don't want to be, and sometimes I'll take a quarter and see if I can fall asleep. And I was doing okay with that, but I was also kind of drinking too. But since I haven't been drinking, it's really hard, because you're already struggling with sleep anyway. So I know I'm telling you guys all my business. I don't care. I want to be totally transparent, because I know that people that go through stuff, it's hard. And I think a lot of times people that get addicted to stuff, I think it's because you are connected to the universe and you're numbing it because it's so overwhelming, because you're feeding in this energy constantly, and it's like, I need to do something, and you have that feeling like I need to be doing more, but you don't know how to do it. And we're not taught how to be spiritual. We're not taught how to be in tune with ourselves. So we go do something crazy, like we lash out, or maybe we go out and party, or we go have sex with somebody, or do something totally out of your character. I don't know what it is you do. You go just do something, drive to another state, just do something just insane, do something rash. We do something rash because we're not trained how to harness that energy. You guys, this practice teaches you how to harness that energy. I am no master. Literally, I'm like 8 months into meditation, and like 7 days into vegan, and 7 days into no drinking. I would say my third eye has been peaking. It's my whole life. I've been numbing it. I've been stuffing pills and alcohol down my throat to put it back to sleep. Go back to sleep. Self, go back to sleep. Higher self, shush. I don't need you to tell me what to do. I can't handle that, because society doesn't want me to do those things. And you got to realize, you create your own society. You create your own reality. Our thoughts are things. Our thoughts, there's no such thing as things. It's all energy. And if you learn how to harness that energy, you're very powerful. You're very powerful. And that can be scary at first. But if you learn to create it with love and happiness, love and happiness, then you will create something beautiful. It still gets scary. Come back to center. Have something. YouTube, honestly, YouTube's a good way to document it. And it is scary being on here vulnerable. It is, but it's growth. And it's very nice it's very, very rewarding to see. And it's crazy. You know what? This is so much more. I have videos that have 1 million views. I have videos that have thousands of comments. This, and seeing 2 or 3 comments, is more rewarding than any of that shit I did before. Any of that. Seeing a couple comments is more rewarding. That's the big takeaway. Being true to yourself is the best thing you can do for yourself. Be true to thine own self. Be true. I think this is 41 minutes. So I think on that note, I'm going to go ahead and close it. Anyway, yeah. Day 2. I'll be back again tomorrow. I love you. Thank you for watching.